What is up, y'all boys? It is Ride with G, back with another video with my Sunset M340, coming at y'all with another video today. Today I'm gonna be going over the price of a brake job on an M340. Although it's not an M car, a true M car, it shares a lot of the M parts and it was developed by the M line. So I'm gonna tell y'all today, does it get hit with the M tax? Is it crazy to get a brake job on it? How much it costs? How much I paid? If y'all don't know me, I'll say what's up to my new subscribers, because I think we're up another like 200 subscribers. We're almost at 1,300 now. It's crazy. I think like a month ago we just had hit 1,000, which is crazy. So we got a lot of new followers. Basically, I know a lot of y'all come to my channel because y'all have M340s or y'all want an M340i. But I basically try to make these videos to educate y'all on, you know, cost to own, maintenance, and all things M340i, because I got one and I gotta do the maintenance, I gotta do the shit. So I'll let y'all know. So this is just a little video of how much is a brake job on an M340i. This is my Sunset M340. If you clicked on the channel, you probably know it. It's not the cleanest right now. It's kind of dirty. I apologize. But yeah, this is it. But yeah, I ain't gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna get into, so I recently did the rear brakes and I was supposed to do the front brakes. I got the parts for the front brakes, but they sent me the wrong shit. So I didn't do the front yet, but I'm planning to do it. I have the parts, I have the pads, I have the sensors, but I still have all the pricing of the parts and the labor from BMW, as well as where I went to get them done. So I'm gonna go into that, how much BMW would charge you to do this, how much the parts from BMW, how much the parts from FCP Euro. I also want to let y'all know before I start, this is not a ZTK car. This came with run flats, not Michelin Pilot Sports. It's on Michelin's now, but it didn't originally come with those. So if you have a ZTK package, just note that these prices are probably going to be $100 to $200 more expensive for you, because they have bigger rotors. So I'm gonna just start y'all back. It's probably been 2-3 weeks. So my car had a rear brake service light it was like service rear pads and 1,500 miles or something. So I decided to buy the rear rotors, rear pads, rear sensors, and then I was like, while I do the back, I might as well do the fronts, because the car's around 50,000 miles. It's at like 45. I was like, if it's never had a full brake service, I'm gonna just do it along with the fluids and all that stuff. So I called BMW and they quoted me around $2,000 in parts, front rotors, pads, sensors, rear rotors, pads, sensors, around $2,000. And then they wanted $700 in labor. So they wanted $2,700 basically for a full brake service. Keep in mind, that's like if you need brake pads or something, you know, they ain't gonna charge you. Brake pads are maybe $200 for the front, $200 for the rear, but this is a full brake service with everything. So I obviously was not gonna go through BMW, because I'm not a dummy. I'm not playing dealer prices. So I went on FCP Euro and I searched M340i brake, you know, brake kit, whatever, and they didn't really have a lot. They had I love FCP Euro, but the way it was set up, they had like, you had to order it by like one axle at a time. You had to get like front left rotor, front right rotor, front left pads, and like it was pretty confusing. Like all the models, I didn't know whether I was sorting by 330i or M3 or 340i. M340i ZTK package, it was really confusing and you had to check it out one by one. So I had used a company before, ECS Tuning. A lot of y'all probably know them. They're pretty popular. And I seen that they had a full brake kit for the M340i. So I went on there, I entered my make, model, everything, whether I was a ZTK package, stuff like that. And they had a full brake service kit, front, rear, rotors, pads, sensors, everything. I was like, cool. And then they just use like an OEM style pad, or OEM style rotor, OEM style pad. And I was like, cool. It was like $900. And I was like, fuck it. Personally, I mean, I'm not going to track my car. I'm not going to be warping these rotors. So I don't mind for a daily driver to have not genuine BMW parts. I know a lot of y'all gonna kill me in the comments, say, yeah, you need whatever. Yeah, so I ordered the kit from ECS Tuning. It was around, I believe, $900. Everything, shit, front rotors, pads, rear rotors, pads, sensors, everything. And so I got them in the mail. It was smooth. They looked exactly like the shits that came off the car. So I called my boy up, who actually is a BMW technician, and I was like, yo, my boy, you trying to do some brakes after hours? And he was like, yeah, let me check the labor. And he was like, so BMW told me, he's like, BMW charges $700 for labor, front and rear pads, but I'll do it for $300 because he like works off the clock, whatever. And so he did the so yeah, I hit my boy up. That's a BMW technician. And the reason I wouldn't do these myself is, for one, I don't want to. Time is money, bruh. I've been making content, making videos, shit like that, editing videos, making shorts, doing all that stuff. So I was like, dude, if my boy will do it for $300, fuck it, let him do it. And you need a rear special tool to unlock the rear. I think he said the rear parking brake. Like, if you don't have that, it's like a snap-on tool that you got to plug in and like make it so the rear calipers can like release or do something when you're doing the rear brakes. So I was like, I am not gonna fool with even trying to do this. I got a homie that works at BMW and has all the specialized tools. I'm not gonna fuck with it. I know the fronts are essentially like Brembos, and I've seen Brembo brakes done before. They don't seem too hard, but again, I just didn't want to do it. If you got a homie that'll cut you a deal for the low, support your homie, but no shame in working your own car. I just didn't want to do it, like I said. So basically, I went from getting quoted $2,700 from BMW to being down to like $1,200. So I'm stoked as fuck. So I dropped the car to him on a Saturday after hours. He's like, dude, I do this shit every day. I'm gonna knock it out. I'm like, cool. So I drop it off, get a ride home. And he calls me like an hour later. And he's like, bruh, he's like, these rear pads ain't right. Whatever. And he was like, I think they were either too big or too small. I'll insert the picture. He sent me side by side, but he's like, yo, these are not gonna work. These are not for your car. I don't know if they were for a 330i or for a different BMW. But I clicked my exact make and model on ECS Tuning, but they sent me the wrong pads. So I was like, cool, do y'all have them in stock, the OEM pads? And he was like, yeah, we have them. They're $220. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's put the OEM rear pads on the car, and then I'll just return the shits they sent me. And he was like, all right, cool, we can do that. So added $200, but I think I subtracted $200. I'll give you all the grand total when I'm done. Yeah, so he gets the rear done, or he's about to get the rear done, and then he calls me again, and he's like, bruh, the sensors aren't right. And I'm like, oh my God, they sent me the wrong sensors, bruh. So he's like, we have sensors, they're 27 a piece. Do you want to get them? And I was like, yeah, I need brake sensors, like whatever. And so he gets the sensors. So I went from the ECS kit having the pads and the sensors to having to buy them OEM from BMW. But yeah, it's a bummer, but I was like, dude, I want the brakes done, whatever. So he gets the back done. He's like, they look good, like whatever. And then he starts on the front, and then he calls me again, and he's like, bruh, these rotors aren't right. He's like, these rotors and pads aren't right, and sensors, they sent you the whole wrong car. So I checked out ECS Tuning, clicked BMW M340i 3.0T non-ZTK, all that, and they sent me the complete wrong shit. So at that point I was like, dude, I'm not paying BMW prices for the front rotors and pads and sensors. Just do the rears, and then I'm gonna get the parts, and then I'll take the car back to you and you can do the fronts. So basically I sent them back to sent the parts back to ECS Tuning. The return process, I will say, was very smooth. They are a good company. I've dealt with them before. I think they sent me 330i stuff, I want to say. So alas, I didn't get the fronts done, unfortunately. I now have the correct parts to do them. I'm just waiting on another day to drop the car off. But we did get the rears done. And basically the pricing from the ECS kit, I believe even with the BMW, adding the BMW dealer parts, we still stayed around $1,000 in all the parts. And then labor, like I said, was $300. So I paid around $1,300 for a whole brake job on this car. Of course, I didn't get the fronts done yet. But the dude actually only charged me $150 because he only did the rears. He quoted me $300 for the whole thing. So when I go back, I'll pay him the other $150 and get it done. But this is, like I said I've said in my past videos, like networking with people, whether it's detailers, technicians, people who wrap cars, people who work on cars, people who know this, know that, are knowledgeable about things, like you can save a penny just from networking. Like, oh, yo, like you can just be talking to somebody and they say, oh, I know a homie that does that, bro. He does good ass work. You can make so many connections just through talking to people. Like, I knew this BMW technician just because we've been in cars for so long, and I just literally messaged him on Facebook. I was like, yo, can you do a brake job on my M340? I don't want to pay them dealer fucking prices. And he was like, dude, I'd be doing side work, bruh. Send it to me. He needed the money, I needed the job done. So that's why I say always network, talk to people, whether it's car people, detailers, business people, anything, because networking really is the key, bruh. Don't sleep on like making connections in the world, because this was a $2,700 job and I essentially got it done for $1,300, less than half the price. But yeah, that's about all for today. I didn't have too much. I just wanted to educate y'all on the cost of an M340i brake job. As I said, if you have the ZTK package, look to pay probably $100 or $200 more dollars, because the rotors are just a tiny bit bigger. Maybe the calipers too, I'm not 100% sure, but just know these are non-ZTK car prices. So be prepared to spend a little bit more if you have a ZTK car. If you do, you lucky as fuck. I'm jealous. But yeah, I ain't gonna stay yapping too long on here. Just wanted to make this little video because I like to document really everything with this car. I really like to keep y'all filled in on all things M340i, whether it be maintenance, cost to own, prices of this, modding, tuning, everything. So I'm gonna continue to do that. I hope y'all enjoy this. Like I said, I'm gonna stop yapping, but I'll see you on the next one. Peace.